What's up, guys and ladies? Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you being here with me. Okay, before I get started, guys, I have to say, as you can tell, that my channel is not a strictly a travel channel. I call it Jimmy's World because I talk about a little bit of everything. I love traveling, so I talk about traveling. I talk about relationships, um, searching online because I like to search online and see what's going on out there. I talk about black love because um, I care about my people. I talk about meeting women in Colombia. I talk about a number of different things, a lot of different things. So understand, this is not just strictly a travel channel because I don't really get a chance to travel a lot, and I will be traveling probably like in February, and I'm not sure where I will be going. So understand, I won't be really talking a lot about traveling unless I can do it. If I start doing it sooner than February, then I will be talking about it. But right now, what I want you guys to be aware of is that, and ladies to be aware of, is that in the upcoming year, especially in January, I'm gonna definitely be talking more about, as a subscriber says about my last video. Those guys weren't nerds; they were like Pookies and Ray Rays. I'm gonna be talking about my people that keep using the N word a lot because I want to do everything I can to stop us from doing it. I'm just gonna try to do my part, and I hope you guys will won't shy away from me and subscribe to go to another channel or just unsubscribe. I mean, if you do, that's your right, okay? But I want to do something to help my community. Here I am at the age of 60, and I think it's time. I think it's time that we stop using the N word, and then for the women to stop calling themselves boss bitches and divas, man. That's all negative. It's all negative. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm so glad that my sons don't use it. Neither one of my sons use those terms. My daughter definitely don't use those terms. Okay. And guys, don't think that I'm being uppity or being a snob and stuff because I've talked about being from the projects of Boston. Okay, I'm not just making it up. I am definitely from the projects of Boston, the biggest projects of Boston. And I get turned off by the N word because, and it's not just Boston, because it's all over the United States, it's all around the world. But let's talk about Boston. Growing up in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and even up to the current, even up to today, the N word, just hearing it, I'm used to hearing it from white people. Okay, as a kid in the 60s, 70s, 80s, especially because I grew up down the street from Fenway Park. I would say about 3 blocks, 4 blocks away from Fenway Park. And when white folks would come through and pass, they would have to pass by my projects. And the first thing they said when they would see black people, they would just scream out the N word and they would throw bottles. This is like something that happened all the time, all the time, all the time. All right. A lot of times when it came from Fenway Park, people that were from different parts of Massachusetts and Maine and Rhode Island, they had to come through our neighborhood, and they would had nothing better to do but come through, start screaming the N word and throwing bottles and stuff. Um, that happened all my life living there in Mission Hill. Uh, Also happened like when busing started in the 70s, getting on the bus and white parents out there screaming the N word, going to school fighting the white kids for saying N word. So I get sick and tired of hearing the N word. And it really creates a problem when I hear black people using it like it's nothing. Well, I hear guys my age using it, it bothers me. When I hear young kids, they just be throwing it out in front of white people. That bothers me. I do not get it. it's like it doesn't mean anything to them. It doesn't affect them because it affects me, and I'm sure it affects a lot of other black people. And a lot of other black people say, "Oh man, we got to get over it," and just take that word and 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 use it so that they can't hurt us with it. And I'm saying you're crazy, all right? Because I had this guy say that to me one time. I was downtown, Boston. This was like probably like in the mid '80s, late '80s. Yeah, I think it was like in the late '80s. This big guy comes up to me. It was downtown Boston. All these white people. And he started screaming, "Yo, what's up?" My N word. And I'm like, "Yo, man, what's up with that?" He's like, "Oh, man, what's wrong with you, man? Something's wrong with you, man. You letting that word affect you, but you can't let that word control you." He was telling me all this stuff. I'm like, "Dude, man, you need to step off with that word. I don't want to hear it." And he made a big scene. I had to just get away from this fool. Okay? I had to just get away. I had to get away before we got into a downtown Boston with all these white folks around. So I just go on about my business because I know this guy's a complete idiot coming off like that. And I told him, don't ever come up to me like that. I mean, you're gonna have a problem again the next time I see you. And I just go about my business. So I'm walking downtown like a week or two later, and I see him with his mom's. Okay. So he's looking at me because I said, "Yeah, man, wait till I see you again." And I had my boy with me walking. He looks at me. I look at him. So I go over to him. So he's getting ready to fight. Like he's getting ready, give me that look like, "Yo, man, this is not the time." And so I just go up to him and say, "Yo, what's up, man?" And I'm clapping on his hand, grabbing his hand. And his mom look at me like, "Young man, you should. What kind of home training did you got talking like that? You should not. My son would never talk like that. Who? I would love to see your parents and stuff. You should know better than that. My son would never talk." And he's standing there looking at me, and I'm looking at her like, "What? Really? Is that so?" I wanted to check that. I mean, I ain't gonna disrespect his mom. I wanted to say, "Yo, well, this is how your son talk. I got that from him." And I just looked at him and I just laughed in his face and I said, "Listen, miss, I apologize." And I just walked away. But yeah. I'm telling you guys, man, like for me, man, that word triggers me and stuff. And I know it triggers a lot of black folks, so I don't understand why we're using it. Especially guys my age who are still using it. Now these younger cats, man, they don't get it, man. They should get it. They should get it, but they're like, "Oh man," they don't want. They want to embrace that word like it's something cool. I don't know because it comes from the rap music and all that stuff, and they're embracing all that negativity. It's negativity. It's negativity. Whether you realize it or not, it's affecting you. It affects me every time I hear it. It brings back a lot of bad memories every time I hear it. Every single time I hear it, it brings back things that happened to me in the 60s, in the 70s, things that white people did to me, things that white people said to me, things that cops said to me, things that cops did to me. So, guys, man, we got to work on trying to stop using this word. Hope you guys don't get turned off by me saying this. If you do, well, what can I say? There's other channels because I'm really gonna be doing everything I can to stop us from using it towards each other. Just stop it. Just stop it. Period. There's nothing cool about using the N word. Nothing. Because I've been telling you guys, I've been following a lot of young men. And shout out to Foreign Strategies. I follow Foreign Strategy. And these young brothers, man, I'm like so proud of them. They remind me of my son. And I give them a lot of support. And I'm on there listening to them live and stuff. And they had somebody on their platform, which I've never heard because they usually have like a lot of beautiful women. These brothers travel around the world. Okay, and this is what I want for young black men to travel around the world and meet all kinds of women and represent us in a positive way. And these brothers represent us in a positive way. Okay? And they be having beautiful women with them, and they're respectful, very respectful. and I'm proud of them. And so they had this young brother on the platform, and after a while he started breaking out with the N word, and I was like, man, no, he didn't. First time I ever heard. He brings a young brother on the platform. Had a few. He mostly had ladies. They mostly had women on it, but had a brother on. He started coming out with the N word, and I was upset. And afterwards, I wrote them, and I was like, brothers, listen, I follow you. I'm big fans, but you need to let your guests know that we can have a conversation without using the N word. Okay? We gotta have conversation without using N words. We don't have to always be using, I don't even want to hear the N words, period. All right? When I'm trying to get together with black men, I don't want to hear it anymore. I just don't want to hear it. And so I sent that message to them. And then I think it was like a week later, they had another young brother on the show, and he broke out with the N word. And then one of the brothers, Alphonse Reggie, said, "Hey, yo, hold it, we really can't. We're really not using that word." All right, and the guy apologized. So, guys, when you're watching and listening to other broadcasts and stuff, and you see brothers or sisters calling themselves niggas or bitches or whatever, say something, type something out. I write stuff in, even with the kosher condition. I'm sure I'm pronouncing it wrong. I was watching his a broadcast, and this brother started breaking out with the N word, and I'm like, oh man, can I get away from it? So I typed in, oh, this is a great conversation, but can we talk without using the N word? And then the kosher, he spoke up and said, yeah, guys, when you come on here, let's get away from the N word because I really don't like the N word. And I was proud that he said that. And then the guy apologized. So, guys, let's get away from it. All right. And if you use it, don't get offended with me. Don't write me and hate on me because I'm not trying to dog you. I'm not trying to play dad. I'm not trying to control you. I'm just trying to say, yo, let's do better, man. We can do better. No one else is doing it but the black community. Guys calling themselves the N-words, women calling themselves bitches, boss divas, boss bitching on shit. No one, no other race is doing it but us. Can we do everything we can to stop it? All right, so I'm going to talk more about this. All right, I'm going to be making other videos. And I'm going to, like I said, as the new year comes in, I'm going to talk a lot more about this because I want to do my part to end it. You know, I don't want my grandkids coming in the world where brothers walking around using that term. All right, guys, so hope I didn't offend anyone. If I did, you know, hey, there's other channels. Okay, there's other channels. And hopefully you're strong enough you can understand what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to offend anyone. I just want my people to do better. Because hey, I am 60 years old. I got one foot in the grave, and I'm gonna be moving on. And I just want to know that brothers are doing better. Brothers are representing us well, our race in a good light when they're traveling to other countries and stuff. All right, guys. So thank you for joining me. I appreciate you all being here, guys, ladies. Please do not forget to hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, my name is Ajima. This is my world. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and comment. Ajima's World. I appreciate you. Take care. Peace.